Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much to this Chulalongkorn Heritage Cultural Institution for giving us the opportunity to present our paper. So I have a PowerPoint. Uh, so I'm going to share that. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes, Sherry.
Okay, fine. Yes. So our paper name has already been announced, and I am Dr. Lipi Ghosh, and my PhD scholar Shiladitya Basu is also the co-author of the paper. Uh, so first of all, I would like to say that we have taken out the paper within a theoretical framework of identity formation of a community, and we have specifically taken up religion as a subject of study. And there are two aspects of religion: one is philosophical, and one is performative. And what we are going to do, that is, we are going to talk about two Thai communities, the Ahoms and the Phakes, in this paper. And so they are, in fact, one dominant migrant ethnic group, which are found, as we know, that in different countries of South and Southeast Asia, and also in China. And in India, we have 6 Thai community people. And today we are going to take up 2 communities only. That is the largest community, that is the Ahoms, and one small Thai community, they are the Phakes. Uh, so basic approach of our presentation is to look at their religious culture and find identity. And here we are specifically dealing with within the framework of 2 important theories. That is, one is by Rosanna Lilly, who talks about fixed identity, and another second one is, that is, opposite theory by Frederick Birth. And this Birth and this school believes in changes and transformation, and that way encourages model of disintegration. So our crucial question is that if these Thais in Assam, they refer to shared culture or original home culture, or how is their performative religious cultural identity? First of all, I'm placing before you 2 maps. I'm not going into the details, but this left one, it shows the routes by which the Thais were, Tai Ahoms specifically. The road is inside the Assam, and they migrated originally from China, Duhong province to Myanmar, Shan state, and finally crossing the Hukam Valley, they entered Upper Assam. And this right hand side, you see the migration and roots of the Tai Phakes, who were much late migrants to Assam. And here is a picture of the 2 community of people, and from the dress itself, you can find that at the left side there are the Ahoms, who are basically dressed like the Assamese people in Assam. But in the right side, we have the Tai Phakes, who are on lungis, but at the same time with Western shirts. And now I go to the basic question, that is religious identity. First of all, we should know that what is religion? Religion does not have definitely any universally accepted definition. Religion and religious tradition is one important phenomena for assessing cultural identity of a community. And the generally accepted notion is that performative religious traditions has referred to some stock of knowledge, and performative religions are a kind of instrument which explain mankind's relation, and it defines cultural identity of a community. And here, this slide, we are going to tell you that what is the religion of the Ahoms and the Phakes when they entered Assam. For the Ahoms, they carried straightforward animism. But for the Phakes, they were carrying Buddhism to Assam. And now the question is that what was the state of religion in Assam before the Ahoms came? So very briefly speaking, they migrated to Upper Assam, but in Lower Assam there was influence of Kamarupa. That was a very important place for Brahmanical Hinduist culture, and there was a process of Sanskritization. But in Upper Assam, where the Ahoms came, there were some local communities like the Chutias, Viyas, they were the local people. But gradually what we see that in spite of the very strong influence of Kamarupa, the Ahomization process was implied on the Chutias and Viyas for some time, but later on gradually they gave way to Hinduization or rather Sanskritization process. And there was a kind of revival of Hindu Vaishnavism that was a sectoral religion propounded by Shankardeva in Assam. And that had a wide range influence on these Ahoms. Now, the Ahom religions, as we see, is practiced in today's India. I'm going to discuss very quickly three important aspects. One is Ahom cosmogonical gods, second one is soul concept, and third one is ceremonies. So, first of all, when we talk about the notion of cosmogonical gods, we see that there are much similarities with the original Tai culture. And the Ahoms, they also believe in concept of omnipotent God. At the same time, they worship different nature gods. And here you can see that the names is that Pha, Sankafa, Chao Saifon, Dang Sao Dang. So these are very, very close to original Tai gods when we study the Tai culture. Now there is a basic question. Were the Ahoms Hinduized? This is very interesting that, as I told you, that Hinduization or Sanskritization was very dominant. We see that in present day, Ahoms worship also many non-Tai gods. And they have their local name. But those gods, here you can see the different names are there, like Husumkru, that is Kachari tribal god, Mahesho, that is Hindu god of Maheshwaro, Mahadeva, same Hindu god of Din. Then we see Devi, Phi Cow Ahu, that is goddess of paddy. So this way there is a cultural exchange. At the same time, we see that Ahoms have Shakta worshippers like goddess card pertaining to Durga, Kali, Tara, etc. And when they perform their religious rites, this is very interesting that the priest, Ahom priest, they chant in Tai language, original Tai language. Second one is the notion of soul concept. And here we see that presence of P is very important. And here is a list. You can see that there are spirits. P can be natural spirits and also spirit of the soul, concept of soul. And here we see that sky spirit, rice spirit, water spirit, etc., etc. So many spirits are believed. And there is a second kind of belief in that is soul concept, that is spirit of the ancestors, that is soul of the dead forefathers. And they have a specific ceremony which is called Madam Mafi. Madam Mafi is basically a Thai word, and it has taken a different pronunciation in India. So, and here we see that again combination of some Hindu influences, while there is an exchange of Vaishnavite rituals, etc., with this Ahom kind of rituals. There is this one, this Kwan. Kwan is solar sign of vitality. Kwan implies in ancient Thai society the spiritual essence. And in present day Assam also, we see that a large number of Thais, they have this belief in Kwan, that is vital charges. And it is believed that it gives us the stamina. It gives us a kind of essence which exists within our body. So if someone is not well, it is believed that Kuan Tokleo, that is, he or she had lost that spiritual essence. Finally, about the Ahoms, there are some ceremonies. Here are some names: Medam Mapi, Umpa, Riekwan, Furalum, and some minor ceremonies like Saipa, Jaisimpa, Pu Pisu. Some pictures are there. The left side, that is Madam Mafi. Right side, that is Umpa worship. I'm not going into the details. If I'm asked, then I can tell you the details. And this is ceremony pertaining to Riek Kwan. As I already told you, that if someone lost his Kwan, then it is believed that that Kwan can be called back. And that is called Riek Kwan. And this is also special ceremony found among the Ahoms. This is some performative natures of Riek Kwan ceremony. So next is the Phakes. And about Phakes, I am doing the presentation, but if any question comes, then our scholar Shiladitya Basu will respond, because he is the scholar who has taken up this aspect of Phake. So the Phakes and the religion of Assam before they entered, the Phakes is a small community comprising of nearly 2,000 people, and Hinduism prevailed in Assam when the Tai Phakes entered as Buddhist. Among the Phakes also, we see they had soul concept and divination. And they also have this Koan or Hong Koan, that is vitality of life. And the important gods which they profess, they are like Pinam, Pi Chumyang, and they also believe in ancestor worship. And among the ceremonies, again, there are some major and minor ceremonies. One is Poi Changkin, Maiko Sumpai, Poi Katin, Poi Naunsi, etc., etc. And these are the ceremonies where you can see that water is poured on the Buddha statue. That is Poi Changkin. And this is a heritage. They are carrying this heritage culture in their Tai Phake villages. Maiko Sumpai. This is a fire playing that is, and this ceremony is also very close to some Tai ceremonies. Poileng. Poileng is also another where that is in, as you see that in Assam, a kind of fire is set on. The same kind of thing can be found in the among the Phakes. So now again the question comes that how much Hindu elements are in the Tai Phakes. One of the traditional belief which is followed by the Phakes is known as Lipi, and it is celebrated in the month of August and September, which is coinciding with Hindu festival of Mahalaya, that is ancestor worship. And also the myth of Sanken and Phakes are based on two Hindu gods, that is Indra and Brahma. Then I'm very quickly going to the afterbirth ceremonies of the Ahoms and the Phakes. And here also we see that many similarities are there. The baby's head shaving ceremony, both the Ahoms and the Phakes do that. The Lalyung is another wonderful custom, and basic concept of the Ahoms is that if it is a girl, she is tucked with a piece of cotton and sickle instead of with a bow and arrow, and your struggle is outside the house is whispered to the boy, and your struggle is inside the house is whispered told to the girls. And basic concept of the Phakes is that if there is a boy, various weapons like bow, arrows, sword, knife, etc., etc. are given. And if it is a girl, then some basic household necessities like needle, thread, etc. are arranged. And in after-death rituals also, we see that under the Hindu influence, the Ahoms and the Phakes, they started burning the bodies. But previously it was burial. So we see that burying of dead appears to have been a common custom among these Ahom people. But at present, the Ahoms, they go for burning. And the Phakes, they have varied rules of disposing dead body. The cremation is the rule for normal natural death. But in case of any abnormal death, the body is buried. That is, burial is the rule. And this is something very interesting we see in Assam. That is, it was a burial ground. It is a inside. You can see a door kind of opening, and there this place. And if you go inside, this place is totally horror. And here the dead body was placed along with many belongings of the dead person. Uh, to some extent, it refers to the this Egyptian system. And death rituals of the Tai Phakes. Here we see that two kinds. So one is the burial and also burning. So now let us go back to that Rosanna Lily Frederick Bird. So where do we stand? And fixed identity or transmorgated identity? And here I would like to say that among the scholars, there is a division. One believe in the anti-Tai theory, and one school of scholars believe in the pro-Tai theory. Anti-Tai theory, I'm going very quickly to the names of the persons from scholars like Western scholars like Edward Gage, G. Harvey, Eric Schreidenfaden, B.G. Chadwell. They believe that these Thais in Assam, they have lost their identity. Another school of scholars, they are the Assamese, that is the people of the land, and they are like Surya Kumar Bhuiya, Maheshwar Neo, Chatendra Sharma, and Shaikya. They also feel that the Tai identity is no more available. But there are a school of scholars who believe in the pro-Tai, that is Thainess, Tai identity, like Padmeshwar Gagoi, Nogin Hazarika, Ramesh Buraguhai, Girin Pukar. And there are also important is that many Thai scholars are there, like Fia Anuman Rachatan, Luang Suryabong, Wilaiwan Kanitanan, Chati Tatsupa, Ranu Vijasen, Rani Letsam Sai. So this way we see that the scholars are divided. Now, what may be the conclusion, our conclusion about the Ahoms? They definitely represent a shared culture. And to some extent, we can say that if we refer to cosmogonical gods, we see that there is a syncretic culture. But about the soul concept, especially about the Kuan, they refer to the original homeland culture. And if we look at the Phakes, then we can see that they exhibit a kind of multi-layered cultural identity. There is convergence, there is localization, and there is phenomena of longitude. So I would like to read out a very small portion. That is, when we see that even the Tai Phakes are Buddhist, they profess some important non-Buddhist rituals. So there is a kind of convergence. Buddhism, as in case of the Thais in Southeast Asia, has been localized. That is, in Assam, they have taken a kind of localization, a kind of syncretism is in process of localization. So it has been perceived that presence of Hindu gods like Indra and Brahma is also there. And finally, to say that it is if we can say that it is carrying a culture of longevity, that is a long continuation of everything. So basing on this, I come to the final point, that is our own contention. That is, we feel that the Thais in India, they refer to convergent culture, notion of shared cultural heritage. And of course, culture is something that we cannot bind by any boundary. Culture has always an exchange. And so coming to the debate of Frederick Bird and Rosanna Lily, Frederick Bird theory of shared culture heritage is more applicable to both the Tai Ahoms and Tai Phakes. And that way we see that Tai heritage is now still now in India is a dominant identity. But we must say that it has a sharing elements with Indian culture or local Assamese culture or rather Sanskritized culture. Thank you very much.